Hey everyone, as you can see, I'm a doctor now. I passed the MCAT recently, I'm in my residency at my local hospital, and I'm ready to give real medical advice to the people of Reddit. Except that's all a lie. I lied to you. I'm not smart enough, or I have nowhere near the mental capacity to be a doctor, and I would never fucking do that. Instead, I got dressed up in this silly little outfit and I stole this stethoscope from a blood pressure monitor cuff that I had to buy because 3 years ago my doctor thought that I had high blood pressure when I was at the age of 19, but I actually didn't, and I really hope she's not watching this video, but she was wrong, you were wrong. I think we can admit that now. And I accidentally bought one that wasn't automatic, and I don't know how to fucking do that because, again, I'm not a doctor, so then now I'm left with this stupid thing. So at least I can play dress up, role play. I like role play. Anyway, all that being said, we're going through the medical advice subreddit today to give some real medical advice, which it's not real. Let me say that, make it very clear. It's not actual medical advice because I am not a doctor. I would prefer to sit home and edit a video for 8 hours on end. My last video I did where I went through a subreddit, I was a little snappy in the beginning. I was a little snarky because I had been told by someone, it wasn't anyone online. You guys misinterpreted it. It was someone in my real life who gave me the advice, instead of yapping for 5 minutes before you talk about the actual subject, get into the actual subject because it would keep viewers engaged. And then I got an overwhelming response from people that actually, they want to hear me talk about stuff that is completely unrelated to the video. Hey, you asked for it, so that's what I'm going to do right now. How is life going? Well, not good, right? It's like life, it gives a little, and then it takes a lot. And I just got done with a session with my therapist, literally 2 hours ago. Or maybe a little over an hour ago, I got done with my session with my therapist. Okay. I messaged her last week because I had something happen. And I'm like, hey, do you have a second session this week? She's like, no, I'm sorry. I'll keep a lookout for next week and everything. She's like, I don't think I have one for next week, but I'll keep a lookout in case anything changes. I'm like, okay, thanks. It's not urgent, so don't worry. So I get on the call with her today, and I'm talking to her, and I'm like, telling her everything, and she's like, at 5 minutes left of the session, she looks at me, she's like, I understand why you wanted that second session this week. And I'm like, no fucking shit! Yeah, I kinda need it, huh? Because I'm gonna need a medical doctor pretty fucking soon. Any psychologist in the area willing to give me therapy every single day continuously in a facility? Hey, hit me up. Let's get into the video. The first one says, is full nudity ever required in psychiatry? Who's your psychiatrist? Ghislaine Maxwell? Full nudity isn't even required in massage sessions. Take that with what you will. I'm 26 female and currently living in Germany. Well, that's a problem. You live in Germany, right? They did a lot of experiments there. I recently went to a private psychiatrist. During the first consultation, he asked about my background and family history, which seemed normal. Yeah, no fucking shit. Imagine a client, they're seeking therapy, right? And they go into the therapist, and they're like, yeah, I'm just feeling down lately. And the therapist is like, can I ask you, do you have any history with like trauma or anything? They're like, what? Excuse me? That's really personal. But then he asked if I was willing to take off all my clothes so he could assess me. Look up the definition for psychology right now. Oh, the study of the mind. There was an exam table, but no gown, no curtain, and no clear explanation as to why full nudity was necessary. I declined and nothing else happened, but I've been feeling really uneasy about it since. Is this in any way standard in psychiatry? Has anyone ever heard of something like this being medically or professionally appropriate? No. Obviously, I see like an endocrinologist, a hormone specialist for my hormones that I'm on, okay? And I had to switch over to a different person, different clinic in general, like a little over, I want to say like a year and a half ago, I switched over. And my first appointment with this guy, okay, he's a new doctor. He's the only endocrinologist at this clinic also. Now, I haven't had any problems since. I'm still seeing the place because it's kind of my only option. I'm there, I'm talking to the guy, and I'm on this Zoom call with him. I'm like 5 minutes into the Zoom call. Not even. This guy, I swear to God, and it was so crazy, I feel like I imagined it. And I swear to God, I'm not making this up. He looks at me and he's like, because I'm telling him, I do stuff on social media. He looks at me, he's like, do you have an OnlyFans? Who said anything about OnlyFans? no, I don't have an OnlyFans. And I look at him and I'm like, no, that's not my thing. He's like, okay. And then he just moves on and I'm like, do you ask all your clients that? Or did you just ask me that because I said I post stuff online? I've never had anyone ask me that ever. Once in my life. When I told them I do social media stuff. Never. How they looked at me and said, oh, so you post yourself naked with your fucking vagina spread open. Maybe you got your ass crack out. Maybe you got your full ass spread out and you're shoving shit in it. Maybe you're getting dicked down by someone. Maybe you're dicking someone down. I'm just thinking about all the possibilities that you could be doing on your OnlyFans as your new doctor. I was like, what? So that's crazy. I'm not a doctor, but I don't think I need to have gone to school for 12 years to tell you that no, never heard of that, and it's not normal. Next one. 12-year-old daughter agreed to get her shots. This is an update post, but all you need is the update because this is a wild situation. I posted yesterday asking for help convincing my 12-year-old to get her shots as she had fallen prey to misinformation and was refusing them. Now, the only reason I say this post is because how the fuck did a 12-year-old find anti-vax misinformation to the point where she won't get any of the necessary shots she needs at that age? What kind of a world are we living in? And I'm joking, but this is actually really depressing. When I was 12, what the fuck was I was in 6th grade. And what was I thinking about? Mom, my fucking home life sucks. I was thinking about that a lot. Killing myself, right? Okay. And then I'm also thinking about school. You know what I sure as hell wasn't thinking about? Whether vaccines cause autism. I didn't even know that was a thing. I was talking to a coworker last week when I was at work. We were talking about America. We kind of started talking about that. And he ended up having some opinions that I was surprised about. Not in a bad way. I was just a little surprised he was more left-leaning than I had thought. And I was like, okay, this is good, right? It was cool. Because I just assume everyone's fucking a far-right fucking freak. I'm just gonna be honest. Especially around where I live. And he turned out to not be that, at least a little bit. You know, I don't know the extent of everything, but it was a nice conversation. And then he tells me, like, one of the kids, since there's some high school kids who work there, and he's telling me, like, one of the kids that works there, he's like 17 in high school. He looks at me, he's like, oh yeah, I heard he was like super far right. And I'm like, I just got so depressed. I was like, this kid's 17. He's in high school. And what, he's already like trying to become the next Andrew Tate? I'm like, that's so sad. When I was like 15, that's when I started my political journey left. And I kept getting further left. I'm surprised that I can keep going that way. I just started that when I was 15. And I've just been going that way the whole time. Because I am not stupid. And I learned stuff. And I am not stupid, right? I learned, the more you learn, and then you stop being stupid, right? I did that when I was 15. And I guess 17 isn't that much older, but like yet set to be an adult doesn't see the problem with far-right ideologies. It's just really depressing to me. Last night we had a good long conversation where I used a number of the suggestions I received. I asked her to bring her skincare products that she loves into the room and explain to me what everything in them was. When she couldn't, I told her she wouldn't be allowed to use them as she couldn't explain what was in them, and then an argument against the vaccine. She retorted that it wasn't fair because skincare gets tested and can't be sold if it isn't safe. Bingo, right? That led us to have a nice discussion about testing and safety for vaccines, how fear is used to trick people, and how several doctors here said they give their own family vaccines too. Okay. They talked about more stuff. She did tell me this misinformation came from friends who had been watching videos about how vaccines are dangerous and unnecessary. We started and will continue a discussion about reliable sources of information. That's really great. I'm glad you could get to her before she turns into a far-right freak. So you have to start them when they're young. And this actually reminds me of my mother. One time we were in the living room and watching TV, and that's always the best time for her to bring up the most random fucking shit that's just actually batshit insane. Actually, I could say anything to my mom. Like, I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna paint some painting today, and she'll look at me and she'll be like, what's that painting of? Hillary Clinton eating babies? And I'm like, they already painted that like a long time ago, actually, in like Italy. She looks at me and she's like, oh, you know, I can't put anything on my skin I wouldn't eat. Guys, I've admitted this in the past. Okay, I am a natural kind of person. Natural, whatever the fuck that means. But I care about the stuff I'm using on my body and stuff, right? Not to the extent where I'm hopefully not spreading misinformation, but you know, I'm skeptical of things, obviously. But that was one of the, it might be the craziest thing I've ever heard. I look at her, I'm like, well, I put shea butter on my face. It's raw shea butter. It's raw. It's pretty much unprocessed, right? It's just put in the fucking container. That's what I put on my body. I'm like, I sure as hell wouldn't fucking eat that. I don't know about you. And she uses coconut oil all the time. I wouldn't eat coconut oil either. Shit has like 13 grams of fucking saturated fat in it. Fuck that shit. And you know, some way Robert F. Kennedy Jr. would try to find a way to argue how coconut oil is bad for you, but actually eating 13 grams of saturated fat and butter isn't, right? But I'm not fucking eating that. That's terrible. And I'm not putting it on my body either because it's comedogenic and it will clog my pores. Guess what? Shea butter doesn't. Sure as hell not gonna eat it though. I was like, there's so much stuff I put on my body. Yeah, of course I'm not gonna eat it because it's serving a different purpose. Yeah, my shampoo is gonna have stuff in it I'm not gonna eat, but like, also I don't need to eat soap because that's not a necessary nutrient I need to survive off of. You know, it's funny because she buys this Himalayan pink salt. She's like, it's better for you than regular salt. Guess what? It doesn't have fucking iodine in it. You know what iodine is? A necessary nutrient. Eat that, huh? Mental illnesses, they're great because I love not being able to control how my mind works. My eye is so itchy right now. I don't know why. Oh my god, my fucking hair is itching my eyeball like crazy.
Been a long day at work today.
I haven't left this desk actually all day. Why is this thing so fucking... Who the fuck has a head this tiny?
I'm a little fucking gremlin. I got a tiny little leprechaun.
Bro, my head's ginormous, but this is like a fucking baby size. I feel like I'm gonna break the thing in half. Okay. It's like ASMR. Ooh. I'm giving myself tickles in my ear. This one's fun. They are screaming and some whispers, and I can't run away from them no matter how far I run. Can I hide? Hey, that's me when I go to bed at night. And all the thoughts start racing through my head again. I keep trying to outrun them, but everything gets zoomed in and I panicked. So I felt better to go to my bed. There's a lot of screaming. I can't find them, but they are good at hiding before I can see where they are coming from. I can't see the whispers, but they are awful and make my chest feel scared. I don't listen. Then I get hurt by their hands, even though I can't see them existing with my eyes. I want to test them because I can give them things and it would help everyone. I don't want to choose this, but what should I do? I don't want to cause more pain. I want to make them run, but I don't remember how. I have my heart beating intensely, and I told them unless I can see them, I can't help. Please help. You know what I think this person needs? Psychiatrist exam, full naked on the table. Full fucking ass out. That's what I think this person needs. In fact, I'm a psychiatrist myself. Get naked. I shouldn't even go near subreddits where people post serious stuff. Because this is actually not a funny situation. It's not. This person's clearly struggling mentally very, very deeply. And I'm just sitting here fucking joking about it. I'm sick. I'm sick in the head. Like this person. I'm sorry. Yeah, you can't ask me to take this seriously. I pooped on myself during my first visit with my new primary care provider. Should I get a new one? I've been seeing my doctor for about 3, almost 4 years now. If I pooped myself during that visit, after seeing her for about 4 years now, I'd never go in that office again. I'd never see her again. First visit? That's rookie work, rookie numbers. Try seeing a doctor for years, shitting yourself, and then running away. 34 male, high blood pressure, asthma. Is that what caused you to shit? This morning I had my first appointment with my new PCP. After about 15 minutes into the appointment, while on the exam table, I passed out and woke up about a minute or so later, hunched over in his arms. How romantic. With my pants full of poop and piss. I'm currently at the hospital being treated for this, but all I can think about is how embarrassed pooping on myself during my first visit. Some first impression. From the first 15 minutes, he seems like he'll be a great doc, and now I know I'm going to be known as the poop guy. Do y'all care about stuff like this? Should I get a new one? I know who doesn't care about shit like this. Who doesn't care about shit, period? A doctor. I think they've seen a lot. One time, I was at physical therapy. This was like months ago. I would say like 4 months ago. I went in there, and, well, she had me jumping around a lot, and guess what? I fucking farted. A lot. Multiple times. And I was jumping up and down, and it was happening. And I could barely go in the next appointment and look at her in the eyes. Sorry, it's just hard for me to remember this. And then I told myself, I came to the acceptance stage of grief, and I said, do you know how many people probably farted in front of this girl before? A lot. I'm one of the youngest people who go in there. Everyone else is fucking old. You know how many people probably walk in there? They smell. Maybe they can't wash themselves physically. They shit themselves. Fart. Piss. I think one time farting in front of her is not that big of a deal. Okay. That's what I tell myself. So I think that's what you should tell yourself. Is it really worth going through the burden of having to find a new one? It's like, that's like finding a new therapist. I say on the phone the first time, I think about killing myself every day. She's like she hasn't heard that before. Guys, come on. I'm so itchy right now. I actually want to I just want to grab my face. I just want to fucking take it and just pull it down like I'm doing an at-home facelift, and then just take it and wring it out a little bit, and then put it back on. Can someone putting heroin in lotion or shampoo make you fail a drug test, or is my mom lying? I really need someone to tell me that this is possible. My mom isn't lying to me. She smokes a couple different things. But I thought she was actively smoking weed and cigarettes, and she drinks. Right. My aunt finally told me that I can't go back to my mom because she failed a drug test. A hair one. You mean like hair, like short for heroin, or like hair, like she got drug tested using her hair? Who the fuck drug tests with someone's hair? Does that even fucking tell you anything? It showed that she had drugs. I was so mad because she swore she wasn't, and she knew she was getting tested, and that meant it couldn't be there with her if she failed. She knew that. Well, she reached out to me on Snap. Yeah, your mom's definitely a drug addict. She's like 40 years old and she has Snapchat. There's like only 2 things you could do on Snapchat at that age. Drugs and sex. Drugs and getting fucked. Not much else. She told me that it wasn't what it looked like because her ex, he's psycho and he was doing drugs for sure, was framing her to make her fail and was putting heroin in her stuff, and that caused it to show up on the test. See, this is why you don't do a drug test on someone's hair. When do they do that? I just feel like she's probably lying. She always lies. I don't even care what she wants to do because she's an adult. When she's using, she doesn't buy groceries and she forgets what time it is and what day it is, and she's a bitch. And she's gonna be like, that I shouldn't, I feel like I should stay with my aunt. My life is a lot calmer here. Plus, she knew that she had to pass it for me and I wasn't good enough. But she's my mom and I miss a lot of stuff about her too, and she was a lot less strict with me and trusted me more. Oh, jeez. Can someone who's a doctor just tell me how this works and tell me if this can actually happen and it's possible she's clean? Someone comments she's definitely lying. It sounds like your aunt's home is much safer and healthier for you. I'm so sorry you're going through this. You deserve a mom who prioritizes you and is able to take care of you. Please know that none of this is your fault and you do not let your mom make you feel guilty for staying with your aunt. Yes, that's all great, but also, can we talk about the hair drug test? You didn't fucking explain that. That's what I want to know. I guess I'm gonna have to fucking Google it myself. Hair drug test. A hair drug test, hair follicle test, analyzes a 1.5-inch hair sample taken from the scalp to detect drug uses over the past 90 days. It is highly accurate, difficult to tamper with. It is used primarily for pre-employment legal or court-ordered testing. It generally detects substances like marijuana, cocaine, opiates, amphetamines, and PCP, though it cannot detect recent use within the last 3 to 7 days. Okay, so it can tell you if you were on fucking coke 3 months ago, but not the past week? The fuck? Why do I fucking care then? You know, I have an employee. I don't want to know if they smoked crack once 3 months ago. I want to know if they're smoking crack right now. Great. So I guess it's like accurate, but also like pointless. So what the fuck? I don't know. My alcoholic boyfriend keeps shitting himself. As someone who knows a thing or two about alcoholics, not surprising. But it's 25 male. That's pretty bad, actually. Frequent user of recreational ketamine, but not to the point of obvious adverse effects. Only takes small, moderate doses. I just think that's crazy. Like, hard drugs in any form is like, that's like considered a bad thing, right?
Occasionally, I do a little heroin on the side.
Not a big deal. I hate that because ketamine, I feel like, I don't know. I'm just going to assume this person's a gay guy in a gay relationship with another guy because that's like a gay drug, right? It's framed as like, oh, we're just having some fun, just doing some ketamine. But like any use of hard drugs is like kind of like, it's like a bad thing, right? That's bad for you and your health. You are putting your health at risk every time you take that shit.
All right, but it's not like a Downy Debber.
What? A Debbie Downer, party pooper, right? In the past 2 months, my boyfriend has shit himself 3 times. I'm worried he is dying. I'm not gonna go jump to conclusions, but let me just say, shitting yourself when you're an alcoholic it's a pretty bad sign, actually. I love him enough to not let the 3 sharts faze me, but if every shart's on me, I don't know if I could ever get over it, even if I wanted to. And why would that happen? You know what? I don't even want to think about that. Every day he drinks about a case of beer and a whole 1.5 liter bottle of 40% rum, which before I saw it, I didn't think it was possible, and that's on an average day. He's been drinking like this for at least 7 years. That's fucking rookie numbers. That's not good, and he's digging himself an early grave. That amount of alcohol is incredibly terrible. Start him on a multivitamin. Okay, I don't fucking... What?
Take it on, multivitamin.
You know what he needs to do? Go to fucking rehab. It's like telling a heroin user, well, Jason, maybe if you like, start taking some fish oil, the heroin addiction will go away. No, you need to go somewhere where you can get mental help. Because it's a mental problem. I want to dissect and see my internal organs. Is this treatable? OCD, yeah, it is treatable. It just takes a long time. It just takes a long time, let me tell you. I don't do them, of course. That's why they're called intrusive thoughts. Okay. I already posted here on r/askpsychiatry. Now, that's the next one I have to go into. I bet that one's way more fun than this. All this is like, guys, I swallowed something. Am I gonna die? I swallow some shit every fucking night, you know what I'm saying? No, you're not gonna die. Shut the fuck up. Oh my God, just wait for yourself to shit it out. Psychiatry, ask psychiatry, that's where it fucking is. Because there are people probably on there like
guys, I haven't been able to stop thinking about fucking trees. Is this normal?
And I'm like, who the fuck hasn't thought about fucking a tree? I'm 20 female and I'm in a psych ward right now because 2 weeks ago, I tried digging a wound into my abdomen. I wanted to reach my internal organs, but instead hit an artery and a hemorrhagic reaction. So I got I'm definitely not a doctor. So I got hospitalized in the first emergency department in the psych ward. I'm here voluntarily. Originally, the emergency psychiatrist said I was going to admit me against my will for suicidal ideation, and I refused to be admitted voluntarily. But this obsession with self-dissection is not necessarily suicidal. I attempted suicide before. If this is not the same, I don't know what it is. I'm seriously considering leaving the psych ward to do this. I told the intern about my plans. She added medication to my treatment. I don't know what it is, but she said it'll be sedating. And you need a lot of that. A physician responded, and they were like very calm and nice, explaining this to them. Girl. I just want you to know you're not alone. I also have fucking shit in my mind that's not great. Hope that helps. Knowing that you're not the only one fucked up. Tested positive for cocaine on a hair test, but I never used drugs. What do I do? No, they use this fucking hair test. I never heard about this shit until right fucking now. So I've been struggling so much the past 3 months with the overwhelming amount of family issues and dealing with my mom's extreme sicknesses. I've been looking for a job and finally got a job offer that could literally change my life. I was supposed to start the upcoming week, and all I had to do was pass a drug test and a background check. I'm 25 years old and never smoked or done any drugs. I barely even drink besides once every 4 months. But I received a call from my recruiter who said my test is being held. So I called in and they asked me how long it's been since I've done cocaine. Because my test came back positive for both cocaine and some word I can't pronounce. I've never done drugs, ever. Me too. So I tried to tell them I've never done that, and they basically cut me off saying I have to pay $150 to get sent to another lab. And they call my recruiter in HR, and I'm trying to tell them this has to be a mistake, and I'm concerned about doing research, wondering if maybe this could be because they pulled the hair from my locks or anything, and they allow me to retest this time pulling hair from my armpit. I then go home and try to figure out how could this possibly happen. There's only been one event in the last 3 months that anyone has ever been in my home, which is Thanksgiving. So I started calling my family, asking what happened. Just asking my family. Any of you guys doing coke I don't know about? I'm at my desk in my room 75% of the day. Is there really nothing I could do? Is that enough to make me fail a test? There's no way I could test for environmental exposure or something? They did post an update. I got my retest results all negative. So I guess, the hair test isn't really as accurate as you say, Google AI. Looks like it was wrong. Whoa, okay, everyone in the comments are talking about like, sounds like the job you've been applying for is like a scam. I was like, oh, I just thought this person was like a coke addict and was lying about it. Here's an OCD case. Oh my God. So I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not reading all that. Fuck that shit. Bro, I know my therapist. When I talk to her, she's like, internally, that's what her face looks like. Because I am talking for at least 25 minutes straight, no fucking breaths. After I'm done, she's like, so a couple things I was thinking while you were saying that. A couple things that came up, and I'm like, okay. You got bit by a family of raccoons. Is that an emergency? Sheesh, I fucking wonder. I got bit by a giant family of fucking 16 kids and counting of raccoons. Is that a problem? I have 30 bite marks on my body. What's wrong with that? My sister wanted to go to her boyfriend's day. It was a nice day, so she was gonna walk. Well, she walks in and out the front door, and I hear her scream. I'm thinking, what the fuck? And I get up. Then she comes back in. I go check, and she's making a sandwich. And I'm like, why'd you scream? She tells me because she saw a wild animal. Where do you guys live? Girl, I see a wild animal every fucking day in my life. I live in the... I don't understand city people. Then she goes back outside and sends me pictures and sends me a picture of this motherfucking raccoon eating the sandwich. And I'm like, bruh, why are you feeding it? Its mom is gonna be pissed. But they eat out of the fucking trash. The fuck are you... What? I got out there and it's a baby, and I'm like, you're making it smell like ham. Its mom's gonna disown it. I don't take you seriously enough to read this story. I don't think you take yourself seriously enough. You're writing like this is like a little joke. Is it funny to you that you got bit by multiple raccoons? Wait till you see the size of the needle that they're gonna give you for that rabies shot. It ain't gonna be fucking funny then. Contact with clitoris during pelvic exam? Was there a camera in the room with you? Let's read. I recently had a pelvic exam with my new gynecologist. I picked this person because she's known for good trauma-informed care, and I have some sexual trauma from an assault by another woman. The doctor was super gentle and understanding when I explained my trauma. The exam itself went well, but I had to ask her to assess me for vaginismus. Command C and Command V, because what the fuck is that? involuntary contraction or spasm of the vaginal muscles that makes penetration difficult, painful, or impossible. Okay. After the exam, she went to explain why I don't have vaginismus and sort of unexpectedly slip her finger back inside to demonstrate. As she was doing that, her thumb was... I really can't imagine she was doing it in a predatory way. If anything, it just felt careless, which is still a bad thing, obviously. But shouldn't a trauma-informed doctor be aware of whether they are touching someone else's clitoris? Aren't they supposed to verbally walk you through every point of contact they make? Yeah, you'd think, right? I just gotta see what someone replied, because this is... I will comment on the last question. Yes, it's actually an easy mistake to make. When I was first learning to perform pelvic exams in medical school, I had to learn how to consciously move my thumb to the side so as to not to touch the clitoris. It's actually a kind of natural thing you keep your thumb up, at least it was for me. Now, I would think that a trauma-informed OBGYN would be less likely to make that mistake, but I would still assume it was a mistake. I guess, bring it up to her, tell her, hey, I noticed this, and it was really weird. And her first reaction should be, oh my God, I'm so sorry. It was an accident. I'm so sorry I made you feel uncomfortable, especially knowing your history. And if she responds any other way, and or if she ever does that again, girl, you gotta do a lot of talking. Gotta call someone, be like, hey, Miss Freaky Freak's trying to fucking get me on a black couch. All right, we're gonna read one more. Lethargy, labored breathing, and blue lips after orgasm. I mean, that's just me afterwards. Guys, have you ever felt it so hard that you go deaf? Have you ever done it so hard that you actually start vibrating? Girl, if I got up and I looked at myself and I was like, my lips were blue, I'd be like, right on. Fellas, that's how you know you're pleasing your lady. When she can't breathe. Right. Get to a point where she can't breathe, where like she passes out actually. Sex 101. I, 21 female, was pleasuring myself on my couch, and I noticed that no toys, right? Okay. I got maybe a rose toy would really make you pass out, I don't know. And noticed that after I finished, I was way sweatier than usual and was really sweaty on the front of my neck and on my feet, which usually doesn't happen even with really intense ones like this. I usually sweat on my back. Okay. You're really self-aware. I don't know where the fuck I sweat. I just this just comes out of everywhere. It's like I'm oozing. I also felt really overheated and way more exhausted and lethargic than I usually do. I instantly felt like this really intense need to go to sleep. So I lay down and fell asleep pretty much instantly and woke up about 35 minutes later. When I woke up, my whole body felt like it was made of lead. I felt super lightheaded and like I hadn't slept in days. Breathing felt difficult, like the air was super heavy, like a sauna, and like my lungs were made out of lead. I got up and felt disoriented, and when I looked in the bathroom mirror, I saw that my lips were blue and I was super pale. I want to know if this could be an oxygen thing because I feel like there wasn't enough oxygen in my blood going to my brain. I was not doing autoerotic asphyxiation, okay? But I do have a habit of forgetting to breathe deeply when I'm turned on. Hey, same girl. Ask me how I know. This was definitely not a CO2 thing. My house doesn't have any gas. We only have solar and electric. None of the people in the house experience anything like CO2 poisoning. Oh, so there are people in the house while you're masturbating on the couch? See, that's also why I can't be a doctor. Oh my God, I'd get sued so much. I would have to file for Chapter 5 bankruptcy at least 7 times. Actually, they would definitely remove my medical license first day. Patient comes in, they're like, so, you know, I had a boner for a couple hours now. I'm a little worried. Did you take a little blue pill? Did you take too much of the blue pill? He looks at me, he's like, I'm really afraid. My cock has been rock hard for 10 hours. Can't get it down. Person replies, immediate red flag. Take this very seriously. You need to see a doctor and get a cardiac workup immediately. What you were describing is a red flag. You did not just forget to breathe. Blue lips means central cyanosis. Your brain and body were genuinely deprived of oxygen. Oh. Well, I guess I have more problems in my back to worry about. Maybe we're going to end the video there. All right, that's it for me, and that's it for this video. If you have any medical advice for any of these people, please leave it down below. You know, medical advice. Heavy quotations, it's not real. Okay. Let me know what you thought about this video. Comment down below anything you want to comment down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like me, you can subscribe. I post videos about whatever I feel like talking about, so if that sounds like your thing, make sure to subscribe and turn the notification bell so you know when I post a video. I'd like to give a shout out to my Patreon members who are part of my Alpha and Delta tiers. Thank you so much to Lisbeth Ruiz, Shula Cooper, and Mandy Spetcher. Thank you so much for your continued support. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much to all of my patrons. If you want to become a member, the link will be down below. It's the best way to directly financially support me. don't forget it. Anyway, I really hope you all enjoyed this video, but more importantly, I really hope I see you in the next video. Hope you're there, watching it, paying attention to me, of course. You'll be there, right?
I wanna taste the pain. I think I'm seeing all red. 2 bullets in the gun, 1 shot to the head. I need a blank space. 'Cause everything is a threat. But I never back down, man. I'd rather be dead. I'm making love to fate. And she look better in bed. And I'ma rock this life till I take my last breath. I wanna make a change. I got 1 life left, so I'm gonna go down swinging. Don't you forget.
Well, doggy, heart sounds normal. Breathing sounds normal. I'm just gonna need you to get naked for me.